fairly good job to get to this point, especially Luminosity. You know, they had to make it all the way through the open qualifier, even to qualify for this closed qualifier. So I think they've been one of the teams that, you know, may have surprised a few people heading into this qualifier here.
Speaking about this best of 3, this is OpTic's pick. Inferno, Luminosity, pick Mirage, and the decider will be Train. They actually faced each other yesterday in the EPL, where OpTic won Inferno 16-5, so I really expect them to win, especially with the knife round right now. And meanwhile, Luminosity actually won Train, which is the decider, because Luminosity, they feel confident in Mirage. It's really interesting to see that they actually didn't pick the map they were winning on, but maybe they want to have this as a backup, because OpTic probably want to fix the mistakes they did on Train and already looked over it to prepare for this match.
Yeah, exactly. I think when you lose so heavily earlier, you know, it's hard to see Luminosity overcoming just that recent result. Even the mentality could go up against them. So tough to see that come through as we get underway into the pistol.
Let's see how it's starting off. LG already opening up with a pick. That's the start they need. They want to get this pistol round going. But there's HS with a refrag, and he might get another one. Oh, he's going off with Mixwell. Crossfire setup. Actually, Freiberg and Magisk left alive. It's only PKL though left alive for LG, but he got one frag and he might get the second as well. Magisk is down to 7 HP, but he needs to just end this one headshot. He has control over the bomb, so it needs to be PKL who's pushing in, finding the player and getting the shot. LG is gonna get the pistol round, and that's exactly what they need here.
Yeah, they just overwhelmed the A site fairly quickly into the round, and well, that's a good way to sort of overcome that previous one not really going all that well for them. You know, having that sort of previous game in their mind means that now, you know, they get to win the pistol early, and this could give them the chance to just build up that lead at the early stage, which could, you know, kind of settle those nerves they had heading into this one, as we get, of course, the buys coming through, 3 UMPs and an AK for the LG side. OpTic, of course, not going to invest too heavily, so should be a fairly easy cleanup. Well, I'm not sure what's happening now. I think we are still live, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Having the nades flying in, LG wants to get an early frag, surprising OpTic Gaming with the late nade stack. I actually like that. You have a great potential to get the frag, especially if they want to make this crazy play in those rounds. OpTic Gaming on their side actually didn't buy that much into the round, probably also because they want to get a lot of utility in this buy round upcoming in the 4th round. Means LG should get a fairly easy round, but with the pistol upgrades, there might still be potential for OpTic Gaming to take some frags, take some money away, and maybe even save a gun into the next round to do more damage. Let's see if they can do so. Oh. HS with a nice frag on Showtime. That was a good 1-dig. LG needs to react to this, and they're gonna go towards the B side right now. Alu boosted up. Let's see if they're gonna check the corner here. Magisk on side, gonna get another frag. Oh, that could break apart, but they don't have armor. Actually should be fairly hard for OpTic as long as LG answers, but right now it deals some damage, but can't really answer to OpTic Gaming's kill. Need to rotate back, but that's Freiberg running after PKL, and it's gonna be kill for him. It's only Cello King left alive. And Freiberg is gonna be there, and he's gonna get the frag. OpTic Gaming not even fully buying into this round. Gonna get it with the nice shots off Magisk.
Yeah, just an absolute disaster coming in there for Luminosity. A round where they have to win, you would think, almost every single time, and yet OpTic just find those pistol kills quickly, and you see what it comes to at the end there. OpTic find all of the kills off the back of it. A little bit of a love tap there from Showtime at the start of the round onto Cello as the nade goes down mid and does a tiny bit more damage. Not too much just yet, and let's see if OpTic themselves can close out this round with the rifles on their side against LG's pistols.
Mixwell picking up the first frag here. That's good news for OpTic Gaming. You don't really want to lose a lot of players in this round, and right now really looking like they are just cleaning up. Showtime found as well. HS should take him down, and there we go. Kill coming through. It's only Nekis and Cello King left alive. Cello King trying to get the frag, but running out of bullets. That's one of the downsides with the CZ chant. You obviously need to land your shots, don't really have a lot of bullets to use. HS almost getting the kill. LG focusing around A, but the bombs found as well. It should be just a matter of time till they pick the one up. OpTic Gaming gonna get the lead and also can build up some economy with all players staying alive. All on rifles. LG, they went for the force buy. They didn't get any kills, so right now they really have no money at all. Need to eco up. Seems to not be a full eco as the is actually buying a P250, but that's it. That's all they're gonna buy. Let's see if he maybe can deal some damage and maybe get them a bomb plant with it.
Yeah, it would have been nice for Luminosity to get a kill or two, just because when your opponents have full rifles, of course, just a kill or even a second one would do a lot of economic damage, but it doesn't come through. And now with just almost all standard pistols on the Luminosity side, wouldn't expect too much, although Nekiz finds a kill up close and gets a rifle for his troubles. He gets shut down though as HS finds a couple of quick headshots. It should still just be a fairly standard round. Only the one kill for Luminosity, but that is pretty much to be expected. And now, of course, heading into this one, they will have the money for the buy.
Looking at the buy, Yell will be the one who doesn't really have that much money. Because he bought this P250, was on $1,600, only got the $2,400 as loser bonus. Enough for Kevlar, an AK, and a smoke. The rest of the players having a decent amount of economy. Let's see how they can use that. OpTic Gaming, yesterday they won 16-5 on the same map against the same opponent. You would expect them to actually just dominate them. But if LG wants to prevent that, they really need to show up in this round. Having some players towards the A side, Nekiz here. Towards Banana, just covering if there's OpTic Gaming, going for some aggressive plays. Deny any backstab from happening. And so far, no picks coming through. LG is slowly pushing up here, and the push should come through soon. Need a smoke to smoke off the crossfire they have set up right now on the A side, and with this, they should be able to get on there.
Yeah, not too many nades for Luminosity to go for this 8. HS with the counter flash finds one, looking for the second, and he will spray 2 down before he gets traded on. Showtime, though, quickly running through the Molotov, does also take down Mixwell. So as the push comes towards the A site, the site itself is looking cleared for taking. The only player here, Alu, holding towards long, can't really do too much, although he finds a headshot through the smoke. And so now Showtime and PKL are left in a 2-on-3, and they are both fairly low on health. Even with decent positioning here, it's tough to see how they can win out from this position as the push comes in. PKL finds one frag, but he's the last man alive. And OpTic do a solid job at finding the trades on the retake there. And despite losing the A site fairly quickly, OpTic still seemed like they're in control of that round.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that LG even found those kills, because HS, he started it off so well. That flash was perfectly timed, and he got the spray on, got refract, and then what was surprising to me was that they also got another kill on the player towards Pit as well. And then there was one more player on the A side, he got the information for them and covered long so they can get an easy rotation going. But in the end, LG still was allowed to get into the bomb site, get the bomb plant, which is gonna help them, because now they're gonna get the extra money with the 4-round loser bonus, and with that they still can go for the buy. They have Kevlar and 4 AKs, Neck is gonna be on the Galil, but it is a buy you can work with. And with OpTic losing 3 players, LG has this little bit of a chance if they win the aim duels, because they don't really have that much utility that they can reset the economy of OpTic Gaming. Looking at their economy though, it is still enough. Even if they lose the round, they could buy up next round, get a decent buy into that next round. But it would be problematic for them if LG actually wins 2 rounds in a row. Then they would be back in the game. But first of all, they need to win 1. And let's see if they can do so.
Yeah, Luminosity have showed very little presence towards Banana so far. And so OpTic have pushed down early on and rotated over. Now Showtime already finds a quick headshot up against Mixwell. Alu finds one back with the AWP. And HS himself finds another on the hold. So looking good for OpTic, but Yell has got up close with this AK. The headshots as he finds one, but in comes again Magix from the site, and it's just solid trades from OpTic to retain a man advantage. The 4 stack on the A site shuts things down. And you can see now Luminosity a little bit questioning whether they even want to push forwards at this point, because OpTic are very well set up for the hold. You can already see Luminosity just making their way back around. They do have a little bit of time left to play with. And OpTic themselves don't have too much presence over towards B. It's only really Freiburg there sitting back. But with 25 seconds left, Luminosity are going to have to speed this up just a little bit as they do decide to make their way back towards A. And there are still 2 players holding off. The first line of defense will be Alu, holding off in towards Pit. And Magisk is also there for the crossfire, so he might take the first fight and allow the trade to come in. Alu gets overwhelmed, but there is Magisk coming from the site to spray 2 down. And a nice setup there just to sort of bait Alu, who was low on health, and allow Magisk to open up from the site itself.
Yeah, it was a pretty good crossfire set up there in pit and on site. Really hard for LG to get on there, especially without any utility. It was a kind of a forced buy. They got those 4 AKs, but with this, with only having a 4-round loser bonus plus the bomb and money, it is just enough to go for Kevlar and AKs and maybe a little bit of utility. And you could see that this prevented them from getting onto the bomb site. And, well, OpTic Gaming taking another fairly easy round with that. Oh, and this time the nade stack also taking down Nekis. Obviously it is an eco, but that's gonna be good news, because right now LG will have a really hard time to even take 1 frag. Maybe there's a little bit of a chance on Freiberg. Freiberg pushing up, he wants the kills. And they know he's there, flashing themselves in, but a cleaning up. Nevertheless, OpTic Gaming with another clean round, 6-1. Great start for them, and looking at their money, really looks like they're running away with this.
Yeah, OpTic haven't really been tested so far over towards Banana. We've seen LG just kind of give up that area of the map. And of course, that can make things a lot easier for OpTic if that does continue. We've already seen them be willing to put only 1 player on Banana on occasions. And this time they just push down early on and mop up the frags. However, this time there will be some contest because Nekis is pushing his way forwards quickly down Banana. He is stuck in between 2 Molotovs, but smokes one of them off to keep himself safe. And the nades don't do all that much damage, so this time Luminosity are going to try to fight for this area of the map early on, but Magisk spraying through does a little bit of damage, and again the Luminosity players, have gone slightly low, but not too much to speak of just yet, as Nekis does find a quick headshot before he goes down. Still 2 players towards Banana though, as OpTic stacked here, however Alu will now rotate back around.
Yeah, they might think that LG got the information that there are a lot of players in B, so with the rotation they're showing, they think LG is gonna go towards the A side. We might not be wrong with that. Right now LG still seems to be a bit undecided. They have the Yell opting down towards mid, towards the A side, not spotting any players, because OpTic, they actually aren't retaking any map control. Right now they're just waiting for the move of LG. They probably also know that they did some damage onto the players and just want to wait for LG. Right now there's no need to actually push out, no need to give up a free frag, but Yell might find the frag on Alu here. He's gonna spot him out. Freiberg peeking from sandbags. First kill for him, can he follow up?
Ooh, second spray down comes through, the flash comes in, and Freiberg is just decimating this push as Alu himself steps out into the open for another frag. Great round from Freiberg there, just peeking 1 by 1 in towards his position, and he will happily win those aim duels as OpTic take a quick 7-1 lead, and the King of Banana proves himself again here on this new version of Inferno, as Luminosity already having to take a timeout early into this game. And I mean, we said recently they lost 16-5 to OpTic on Inferno. If this keeps up at this sort of pace, then OpTic could be having an even more convincing scoreline if LG aren't careful.
Luminosity also seem to have a problem with the utility usage of OpTic Gaming. Definitely using that well. I mean, last round we had the flash coming in, and then actually flashed out the players so much that they couldn't even get the kill there. But Freiberg just taking them all down. Then Alu coming in to take the final frag. And we also had that earlier when they actually were close and taking a round where OpTic needed to retake it towards the A side. They also got caught off guard by HR's nice flash as well. So they're really having problems with the utility of OpTic Gaming. And speaking about utility on their side, they really have problems to set up good utility and work with that. Alu with an early frag, and that's so important for OpTic. He might get another one. Oh, that seems to be OpTic's round already. Tactical pause definitely not helping in this case.
Yeah, they try and switch up the pace with a quick play, and they just get punished for it. again, another fight just goes in favor of OpTic, and it seems like individually they're just winning those fights right now. Luminosity can't really find the entry kills they need, and even when they miss the entry kill, you would hope they would be able to find a trade, but that's just not been coming through for Luminosity. I understand the decision to try and go quickly towards mid, but when Alu is holding there, it's always going to be difficult to push past him with that AWP. And now, of course, I mean, to be fair, the lack of utility, I think, meant Luminosity were kind of forced to show their hand early into this round or try some sort of, good timing on a push. Didn't quite work out this time, though, as PKL is left by himself, and he will fall. Again, another very clean round for OpTic. They've barely been losing players in these round wins, and I think that's been the most impressive thing so far. It's just been so dominant for them.
Yeah, exactly. If you check the left side right now, I mean, the lowest amount of money they have is $8,000 in Magisk. We have 3 players over $10,000. I mean, Mixwell is almost there as well, and that is the CT side. Normally, you have an easy time snowballing on the T side. This is the CT side, where incendiary area costs way much more than the Molotov, where you actually need to invest more in an M4, where you need to buy a defuse kit as well. You need to invest so much more into the round, and it's OpTic still is not losing that many players. Mixwell again with an early frag, but LG still slightly having a chance here, because some of the players are fairly low, and they're gonna get the first frag on Mixwell.
Yeah, you can see the confidence flowing through the OpTic players there. Generally, you won't see peaks like that aggressively in towards apartments because you can kind of get caught off guard from many close positions. So Mixwell goes out a little bit too far, but the AK won't be picked up. And elsewhere, the banana aggression yet again works out in favor of OpTic, as they will gain that man advantage. They're trying to make his way forwards, but the bomb is making its way back around. And again, OpTic fairly often have been leading only Freiburg towards banana. So as the kill comes in elsewhere, Freiburg will have to lock this down, and as the flash comes over, he's going to be forced to fall back. But again, Freiburg can do that fairly easily and just call for a little bit of assistance over towards this B bomb site. And that should come through in time here as Freiburg doesn't get that first kill, actually. Showtime finds a headshot with the P250. But however, again, Magisk is in position to shut it down. No utility to smoke off CT. And again, OpTic just continue to keep their lead alive, and just look at their money. They are rich right now.
Yeah, and if you look at the roster of OpTic Gaming and speak about aim duels, of course, you have a lot of talented players and a lot of experienced players as well. I mean, just coming in as a new talent from Penta. We have Mixwell, who back then still was known as G-Bots, and since then, when he got acquired by OpTic, is playing for them and also is in this new roster. Magisk, who was a huge talent in North, and now is on this lineup. Alu, great AWPer, also having great experience, and you can just see how dominating they perform here on this map. The question is, can they keep it up? Because yesterday when they played against LG, they actually just played 1-1, the 1-1 map, which was Inferno, where they really were dominating them. The question is, can they keep it up on the next map?
Neckers gets flashed in, and now Freiburg could be in trouble with sandbags. He gets the 1 kill, but in comes the trade. So a decent effort here from Luminosity as they get it down to a 2-on-3 that is certainly winnable, as they have a fair amount of control towards B. The rotate has come over fairly quickly though through banana. The push comes in and PKL finds another headshot, but he goes out a bit too far. In the meantime, however, Yell got a frag elsewhere, so it's back to a 1v1. And this would be a big round for Luminosity to finally just put an end to that winning streak that OpTic have built up. HS still sitting around the corner, but Yell is waiting patiently for the peak to come through. He misses the shot though, and that allows HS to capitalize. That's the risk of standing out in the open like Yell was there. He misses the shot and he gets punished for it. OpTic already up to double digits.
Yeah, great bait, mate. Right, I rate 8 out of 8. HS just baiting out the shot and then living up to his name, landing the headshot, and that in the air. 10-1. That was the best shot for LG. 4 more rounds to go, but what can you say? I don't know. It's like really looking like OpTic Gaming just don't give them any chance. Alu yet again with an early frag. Mixwell pushing up. That should be his frag as well. Showtime jumping in, has no clue that this is gonna happen. And it's already a 5 versus 3 in favor of OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, again, LG, of course, have plenty of money for the buy with such a big losing bonus. And remember, they won this initial pistol round. This could have been a very different game if LG got something going early on. However, instead, they are so far behind. Still going to try and make their way forwards, though, towards Banana. They've just got to play from the position they are in. However, already OpTic stacking 3 players here. There is Cello to get the quick entry frag, though. So still opportunities for the Brazilians as they make their way forwards. And the smokes are fairly good towards the site itself for the bomb to be planted. But again, OpTic already lining up into positions for the retake. Alu, oh, he gets that kill on towards PKL. The planter goes down just after the bomb goes off. And so Nekis and Cello have to clutch this through. Magix goes down, and so Cello, the one man left, does get gifted another kill. He actually found a second there incredibly quickly. But again, just too many players to deal with as HS finishes things off. LG take it close, but close does not give them the round.
Yeah, right now close isn't good enough. Right now they just need any round they can get, and they're losing another one. I mean, it was so important for them to actually still finish the bomb plant, but with this kill, Alugat definitely sealed the round already. Even if it was close, LG had a good attempt. They just got overwhelmed by the players of OpTic Gaming, and with this, they're just gonna get another round. And even if they lost 4 players 2 rounds in a row, they still have a lot of money left. LG with the bomb plant won't have a problem to buy up into this round. They are fine with that, but they really need to find rounds right now. If they go out of this half with only 1 or 2 rounds, that is not good enough. Right now, they just need to find those 3 rounds in a row. Let's see if they can do so. The Snade and the tag by Freiberg. The Nekis is already down to 18 HP. LG slowly but surely making the move towards A, and I can understand that. Right now, you just want to hold Banana to make sure that OpTic Gaming isn't pushing out, because you just need 1 player right now. They're rotating another player towards A yet again. Freiberg is all they need. He can stall them. He can get time for his team if they need to go for the rotation. They have no chance taking over Banana unless they got some frags on A earlier, so that's why they orient towards A. But OpTic Gaming, there are 4 players ready.
Yeah, push comes in towards top mid. Magisk is the first man holding towards A long, with Alu also there with the AWP locking down this tight angle. And the push is coming forwards towards the site itself. So as the bomb moves in, trades are going to go back and forth. But again, the CT's doing a decent job. Although the bomb should be planted any second now, as Showtime will indeed get that one down. Here comes Yell taking a fight, and Magisk going out a bit too quickly there, trying to get his way through the smoke, and that costs him. He goes down, and so now OpTic have to retake in a 2 versus 3. Freiberg is still making his way forwards in a good position here. Gets gifted a free kill as Yell walks out, and he finds a second headshot as Showtime is left by himself on the site. It's the 1 spray transfer looking good. And Alu with the AWP cannot find that quick trade kill they needed. And so finally someone shows up for LG. It's Showtime who gives them their 2nd round on the board. But of course OpTic will certainly still be buying into this next round with how much money they have.
A beautiful spray transfer, giving LG a round. But yeah, the problem is right now they really need to follow up. They need to heavily invest into this round. We need to rebuy everything. If OpTic picks up this round, LG's money would be reset for the last round. Alu with the peak, but this time there's utility used to hold him off, to not allow him getting an early frag. That's important. Speaking about utility, I mean, last round LG really could work with that. The smokes and nades were beautiful, and with that, OpTic Gaming got the night to use the 4 players they already had on the A side to get an easy round. LG actually was able to isolate them, take the frags, and right now, looking onto this round, OpTic Gaming now with a faster approach, with a more offensive approach towards Banana, having a player pushed up, and it's Alu taking down Yell, and she's still getting this AWP frag. Look at Freiberg now, gonna get flashed through. He's found.
Yeah, Freiberg going out into the open. That's a huge risk. He gets a kill. However, PKL finds the trade. Again, I think you can see the confidence really showing in the OpTic players going for pushes like that. He only gets the 1 kill before he goes down. However, again, it's Mixwell this time to peek out into the open and catch them off guard as he finds a 2nd kill on the round. And so unless PKL can win a 1-on-4, it looks like Luminosity will lose this 14th round. And again, their money is looking grim heading into the last round of the half. So this is likely just going to be 2 rounds on the T side. And I think the main issue here for Luminosity is not the fact that they're losing, because I think we were expecting that heading into this game. It's just the fashion they're losing it. It doesn't seem like anyone's really sort of been making individual plays, and that doesn't bode well for the rest of the series.
It definitely must be demotivating losing like this. But I think they can catch back. If you watch how some of the players play, for example, Cello King in the last round, he didn't expect Mixwell to rotate so fast and come out of app. So I think they actually are just not cracking this map so much. And Freiberg, I mean, he's the king of Banana right now. You can't do anything against them. LG, they're just challenging him. They want to try, but They need 5 players to actually kill him. He's gonna get 4 players. Finish with 18 kills in this first half together with HS, and OpTic Gaming is gonna take another round. Yeah, but I really feel like LG, Luminosity, they have a problem with this map pick in general. They're just not used to it. They're not playing it a lot. That's how it feels like watching the rounds sometimes. They also have a hard time using the utility right. I mean, they had some rounds where it actually was decent, but overall, you definitely can see they're unprepared for Inferno. Well, that's at least how it feels like. And the next map, which would be Mirage, is definitely better. But what is worrying is, first of all, that OpTic Gaming has such a lead, and second of all, that they have some great fraggers who still could shine on Mirage. Let's see if LG can secure this pistol round.
2 CZs playing up close in towards Apps, but they get shut out by Mixwell. The Glock finds 2 back, and the 3B stack will now be nowhere near the action, all thanks to Mixwell finding those 2 quick headshots. The rotate is slowly but surely coming through, but with no kit, they're going to have to move in quickly. And Cello will do that with a quick headshot on towards Mixwell, who got those 2 initial frags. Freiburg is still looking to lock down the site as the dink comes in elsewhere. It's Alu swinging out from pit to catch them off guard. He's the last man left, but he's got it down to a one-on-one. They need to win this, but Alu is just too good, finding headshots all over with that Glock. And I think that pretty much sums up this game so far. OpTic continue to keep that winning streak going, and I think you can see from Freiburg's reaction how good that was from Ali.
Yeah, definitely 2 individual performances. Mixwell opening up A, shutting down this push in Apps, and then there were 3 players from Luminosity over at the B side, rotating in. Well, the bomb was planted already, and then it was Alu stepping up from pit as well. Just those 2 individual performances in the pistol round secure them the 14-2, and with this they are almost on map point already. LG with Kevlan CZ, the CZ trend definitely showing everyone is playing this CZ over the 5-7 and Tech 9. But let's see if this is gonna help Luminosity to stay in this game.
Well, maybe it will, because Yell opens up with that CZ and
what?
Cello, that's not an enemy, that's your teammate.
Wow.
Back to a 4-on-4. The peek comes out from Yell yet again to get another kill. So Luminosity will get the 1-man lead, and they've got all the kills for themselves in this round, as Cello does make up for his earlier mistake with another frag. And finally, it's just Freiburg left, and surely he can't clutch this out. He's been good so far, but a 1-on-4 would be ridiculous if he could pull it off. There's no one pushing out from Banana right now, so he has got free reign over towards mid, and a fair amount of time left to work with, but without the utility, seems like the CZs have just about done enough to pull off this round, with Luminosity still having 3 players on towards A. Freiburg just hoping to find someone straying out a bit too far from the Brazilian side, but they are all playing passively, and wow, the long-range CZ from Cello finds another kill. So after that team kill, he makes up for it with a couple of frags back. And Luminosity do get, at the very least, a 3rd round, and also break the OpTic economy.
You know, I have a crazy theory. The team kill was all planned to catch OpTic Gaming off guard. You know, they think like, okay, now we have an easy round, and then they're gonna get all shut down. Of course, that was all a mastermind here from Luminosity. No, jokes aside, I'm really surprised how this team kill even could happen. Because they should communicate about that, should know where those players are, but in the end it happened and they still got the round. It's so important to take this round now, because just imagine they would have lost the game, the map, at least out of that. They could actually lose the game out of that, because the motivation could have just been gone completely. So important to, even if they don't win this match, that they take this round when they actually team killed someone on accident. And let's see if they can answer on this round as well, and maybe even have a little comeback into this map.
Yeah, just getting a few rounds would help mindset, I think, heading into the future. So let's see if they can hold off against the Pistols here, because OpTic are congregating around that A-bomb site. As they move forward, Cello with this M4 does find 2 before he is dropped by Magisk. Showtime's still in a decent position to watch that gun. Instead, he swings out, and oh, great flick up to Apps to find the 2nd. Just going to be Magisk left, trying to tap off ahead, down to 8 HP. Does get the M4 to try and cut off this rotate, and Yell goes down there, surprisingly enough. But again, with such low health, no real chance. So again, Luminosity getting another round together, but don't think the comeback is going to be on the cards. Even though they've got the OpTic money low, it's just so long to try and get back into this one.
Yeah, well, it's beautiful to see Showtime perform here. even if his team is losing. He got some nice frags already. I mean, he has a lot of experience. He was standing in for SK. He was also playing with Immortals when it got acquired back then. Well, you could actually say the old roster, because there were a lot of changes for specific reasons I don't really want to mention, especially because I have no proof. And, well, LG actually going for a push out of the B side. OpTic Gaming, they're just chilling. They're just waiting, maybe making some food. I mean, not bad. Are you hungry? Maybe we can ask them to get something over to our houses. I mean, we are kind of far away. They're in A. We're in Europe right now, but I mean, might be something really good.
I wonder who's the chef for Op there, you know, all sitting in the kitchen. Seemed like someone was just waiting for the food. I don't think they were contributing too much, to be honest. We've got Just Tick with that MP9, of course. HS will go in first by the looks, but not going to find too much. Great spray down from Showtime. Just as you bring him up, he shuts them down with a 4K on the round. Very easy stuff, of course, against the pistols, but still had to land the shots, and he does just that. However, here comes the buy from OpTic. It's just going to be AKs for the time being. No AWP for Alu, and to be fair, you don't really need the AWP on the T side of Inferno,
No.
I don't think. In the meantime, LG, of course, have got Yell up on that AWP. He seems like the one player that generally for LG is a bit of a standout to me. The rest of them seem like, you know, decent enough, but when I've watched LG in the past, ooh, nice B-hops from Cello, but Yell seems to be the standout player.
Oh, the smoke
not the
ruined
best
it.
smoke from Neckers, but, you know.
It was so beautiful, and then
I
they
guess.
throw such a smoke. But whatever, the flash should hit, and that should be them maybe getting some early kills. And Banana.
Yeah, Alu finds 2 trades with his AK, looking for another, but Yell shuts him down with that AWP. In the meantime, the rest of OpTic aren't really in position to try and find that trade, so we will just go back to a 3-on-3. Yell is going to have to lock down this B site by himself for the time being. And he does decide to fall back and play it a bit more safely. OpTic themselves not really pushing out too aggressively. You can see a couple of players creeping their way up towards top mid. And Luminosity themselves have a player in towards CT, so this is leaving A-Long fairly open. PKL, however, is holding this tight angle, and he does land a very quick headshot. And as soon as he finds that kill, he just decides to fall back, give his team that man advantage, and that is certainly the safe play to make. However, Magic peeks in himself for the trade, so we go back to a 2-on-2. And Luminosity is so isolated from each other right now, it's going to be tricky for them to hold off towards these sites. Showtime himself is just stuck in towards Pit, but he gets a quick headshot. And so now it's up to Freiburg to clutch. He himself is going to peek from an off angle, but Showtime somehow expects that. He's been the one player really stepping up on this map as he gets the 2 kills to secure another round win for LG.
Yeah, like I pointed out, Showtime, he has the experience, and he also seems to be an emotional player, and I guess when he's getting some of those kills, he's really motivated and really hyped up, and he's just starting to frag really well, so that's a good sign. He's definitely stepping up for his team. I still don't think LG is gonna win this map, but if he can take this over to Mirage, that definitely is a good sign and will give LG a chance to actually come back into this best of 3. OpTic Gaming need to go for another eco, so LG should secure another round. They get a decent scoreline going. Like you said earlier, it's all about the mindset right now. That is so important to get this going for the next map. Yell now finding the kill in Freiburg. I mean, it's a good sign. If you actually expect them to still win, or want to see if they still can win, LG is doing a good job as well, because they are stacking up money, so that won't be the problem. So if they get into the game, there might be a little bit of potential. You wouldn't expect it, but if we talk about that, they definitely have a lot of money after this round, because they're not losing any players. Showtime also with tons, because obviously he was stepping up the last round. And now look at the money. Showtime on 10,000, and all the other players over $4,000. Obviously need to reinvest some of it into some grenades, but that is a good sign. And with this, they even can allow OpTic Gaming to win a round if they still want to drag it into overtime. So talking about that, if LG still has a chance, there's that. They could actually really reset the money of OpTic Gaming to drag it into overtime, or maybe they're just gonna step up here, especially with Showtime going off. But OpTic Gaming, they're back on the buy, so LG, they need to prove themselves now.
Yeah, OpTic have thrown away some leads in the past against Liquid. They were 10-5 up and they lost that game 16-11 in this EPICENTER qualifier. But here comes the push quickly as Mattis goes in. Showtime, though, playing that angle, and again, the bomb is dropped down, so that allows a heavy rotate over to this site. Here comes Freiburg, swinging into the open, and the player, on the site, Cello, just has no support again from his team. They are all already dead. And so now Nekiz and Yell have to go for this retake. When you're 14-7 down, even though it's a 2v3 retake here on the A site, they're just going to have to take the gamble, I think, and go for this one. They do have the kits. But as the re-smoke comes in, again, OpTic just have so much utility left because they went for this quick play. That LG are just going to have to try and maybe boost over the top, and that seems to be what they're going to try. Yell has the angle over the top. He just misses that shot. That was the chance for LG to possibly get an opening into that round, but as soon as they miss it, I think you can already see their chances are very, very slim, and already they are just going to fall back. So a little bit of a switch up in the pace for OpTic works wonders as they take that A site quickly. Luminosity now seems like might just have to play for that second map.
Actually was quite smart by Nekiz there, still pushing up towards pit, expecting a player to save over there. But overall, LG, I mean, they had the problem. OpTic Gaming isolated this last player in A, got the picks already, got the trades, and then if you isolate the player, the A side should belong to you if all the players are pushing in from all sides, from long, from short, from apps. And with this, LG had those two players rotating in from B, and that didn't have any utility. They actually used so much utility on Banana already, and I'm not even sure why, because they only had one smoke left when they went for the rotate, and out of that you barely can do anything. I mean, you could maybe try to smoke off pit or something like that, but that's it. OpTic Gaming with the potential to actually close it out 16-7, let's see if they can do so.
Still the double AWPs for Luminosity, and even trades early, and just look at Nekiz going aggressive, gets a free kill. The spray transfer was nearly good, and as the peek comes in, Nekiz continues to shut them down. He finds a second headshot on the round, and now the bomb is out in the open. The Molotov, however, might just thought Nekiz out, but no, he's managing to stay alive in that corner. So OpTic might not expect him to be there. As Mixwell gets the bomb, he could be in trouble if Nekiz were to swing out into the open. And here we go. The bomb will be dropped yet again. And Magisk, the Dane left in the 1-on-4, will be unlikely to even expect this angle, although he does get the kill on towards Yell. Still a long way to go, but if he were to clutch and win this map for OpTic in this fashion, it certainly would be fun to see. He's going to peek out, nearly getting that headshot, but Showtime perfectly places the nade. And again, Luminosity, I mean, they've looked fairly good on their CT side, but still, they're just too far behind, you have to feel, to realistically come back. Even after, winning a fair few rounds in a row, they still have to win 7 more. And even though they can afford the double AWPs, you would think at some point with the skill on OpTic, someone would step up and just win a round at some point.
Exactly, but this should be the round OpTic Gaming is gonna win. I mean, OpTic Gaming won't win because LG, they just reset their money, so they have those 2 ZZs, Magisk on Kevlar, and that's it. That's all they're gonna have for this round. At best, you get some kills in the bomb plant, and even that is gonna be tricky to achieve. Showtime should be ready here behind this smoke. Trying to push through. Freiburg making some sound. Players are stacking up. Let's see how this push is coming through here, but they should be ready. Oh, 1 pick already. This could actually make them win the map. Look at this. Magisk is gonna get the second one. They could isolate Showtime on the A side. He needs to step up.
Yeah, after winning so many rounds in a row, Luminosity can't lose to this by, you would think, but as the push comes in, it might happen as Showtime gets traded on, and they have the man advantage now. Almost no investment for OpTic, and yet they get themselves the man advantage, as Nekiz and Yell have to make their way forwards. Still, no utility for OpTic, of course, because they only invested into pistols in this round. So that gives Luminosity some chance to make their way forward towards the site itself. See Nekiz making his way in. It's Yell to fire off the shot, and Nekiz gets the headshot, but the trade comes in quickly. And now Yell, with just an AWP, has no real chance to get both of these kills. He has to switch it up to the M4, which comes in. Freiburg is spotted out, but that allows Alu to capitalize. And after all those rounds won for Luminosity, it's OpTic to take